Like we had like 25 EN members participating and just being there on stream, and I considered WrestleSanji as like my first true big event slash tournament, even though it was CPU controlled, only because it had announced. I followed like the JP route when it comes to events and tournaments. There was an announcement, there was build up for it, there was like a lot of EN members participating on the days and stuff like that. There were like people creating stuff, like a lot of things that went into it that like I would call it like, you know, a branch wide event, more so of just like a personal project. And I would say like I learned a lot. Like if you guys ever followed the history of Koishin or like the famous like Mario Kart tournaments, it all started somewhere. If you guys ever seen the very first Koishin that was hosted by JP, it was less of a budget than mine was, that's for sure. We all learned for this experience, and we all got to start somewhere. Like, you know, the first event isn't perfect, but the first event isn't supposed to be perfect. It's like a learning experience, and it definitely was a huge learning experience for me. It was a fucking huge learning experience going through all of that. But I think for like the very first time for me to go through all of that was Niji WWE was just, for me, was just a collab with Pomu. The fact that it blew up into what it is today, like WrestleSanji, it was because of how a lot of EN members got so involved. I remembered when Niji WWE, not the very first one, I don't think the very first Koishin was by a lot of events. If you guys didn't know, a lot of events I see right now in JP branch was started by the livers itself, and it was only when it started growing bigger and bigger that management started taking over the responsibilities of a lot of it to handle the production quality. A lot of the events, like majority of the events you see hosted by JP, was because it was started by a liver. Like even the NJU, the music festival, the NIJISANJI Music Festival, was started by a liver, and now it's being run by NIJISANJI. And like, yeah, so the Project Sekai tournament that's being held right now, it is also membered run because they wanted to start doing it. The Mario Kart tournament is going to be taken over by management next year because it was getting bigger and bigger. It's going to be hosted on the NIJISANJI channel. If you see it on the livers channel, it's mostly ran by the livers themselves. Usually when management is running the tournament is because it's ran by management. So that's why you see it on like the NIJISANJI official channels. For this one, it was basically ran by me, and we went through a lot, and with EN members helping out around a lot, building the hype for everything. So like, again, like I know I keep saying thank you to them, but really it just wouldn't have been successful without the participants making it as good as it is. Huge shout out again to Vox, Nina, and Pomu and Doppio for sticking with me for those 2 days, guys. Before like this event, like the week of this event, like before we streamed it, I was really stressed out and depressed. I was like apologizing to everybody and being like, I'm so sorry if this event feels very unorganized or like poorly ran. Like I was apologizing to everybody and being like, I'm so sorry this is poorly ran. Like I even was like, I don't know if I'll be hosting this again. Like I straight up was like so stressed out, and like I felt really bad that I felt like I wasn't giving it my all when it came to WrestleSanji, like leading up to the day, 2 days before the event. And I was like really overwhelmed in a way, and I was just like I told everyone, I was like, I was apologizing. I was like, I'm so sorry. I wish I more organized with this and that it was better ran. And then a lot of livers were like comforting and was like, no, you're doing really well. Like we think it's very organized. We think that you're doing the best you can in this. And I really want to thank the EN members for reassuring me, because I was doubting myself I remembered just, and I got a lot of messages and like company messages from EN members telling me that they think I've been doing planning it and everything really well, and I'm organizing as best as I can and everything, and it's just really do appreciate, you know, not letting my inner demons win. This is like one message I received, and it was like, take a deep breath and know that you're doing amazing. Just about no one else could plan this event as well as you. And it's be like, it'll all be over in 2 days and people are gonna freak their shit. And I won't say who it's from, but like messages like there was a lot message, and I really do appreciate the messages from EN members, helping me, reassuring me that it will be okay. And it really helped a lot because I was like freaking out. Huge shout out to EN for just reassuring me for the last 2 days of things. But yeah, thank you again.